What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. We have a matchup today of Green Yellow Law versus Blue Buggy. We lost the dice roll. We are going second. Playing my good friend Eddie. He's new to the game. He's trying out Green Yellow Law. So yeah, I'm really excited for him. I think this is like only his second or third locals. Just excited that he's joining the game. Having said that, we're playing a rough matchup. So we'll see how this goes. Again, we lost the dice roll. We are going second. So the idea here is we want to get, I think the strongest play we can get is a four Buggy on 4 Dawn into the 7-cost Mihawk. If we can get that, that's going to be really good. And then from there, go on to play the Croc and Mihawk into something else, like maybe an Alvida. Hopefully we could do the Croc and Mihawk again. Excuse me, into the Buggy into Mihawk again. That would be like a really strong play. So we have our opening hand. We have a 1-cost Galdino Searcher. We have some 2Ks, an Alvida, and we have a Pudding. He's going to tap 1 for a rest to search Bonnie. We're going to tap 1 for a Galdino. We're going to be able to find a Croc and Mihawk. We can also find the 4-cost Buggy. Thinking about what to play. The ideal, like I said, the ideal play would be to grab the 4-cost Buggy, but we'd have to find a Mihawk after that. We don't currently have him. If I had a Mihawk in hand, I'm probably grabbing that 4-cost Buggy. But because we don't, I'm not guaranteed I'm going to draw into it with these next 2 draws, one being from my life and one being from my next turn. I'm going to play it safe and pick the card that will guarantee me a strong play on 6 Dawn, because I already have the Alvida I can play on 4. He's going to rest the Bonnie to search. And it's good that we have the Galdino on board. Now we can swing the Galdino into it. And we can still swing our leader into life. He's going to grab a 1-cost Monkey D. Luffy Searcher. That searches top 5 for a Supernova. And he's going to play that down and search the top 5 again. And he's going to grab a Cavendish. So he's already got probably the most ideal card for him. So he has 1 extra Dawn. We'll see if he plays another Searcher. He's going to swing 6 life. Whatever he does, we're going to take this hit. He swings 6 life. We take no trigger, but we do have an Alvida. And then we draw into a 10-cost Buggy. So we do not have a Mihawk, so good thing we didn't grab the Buggy. We're going to swing the 2 into the 1. He's going to let it die. We're going to swing 5 into life. And the idea here is we're just going to play the Alvida and see where this goes. So we play 4 for the Alvida, draw 3, trash 2. Could probably trash the promo Buggy. Doesn't have any 4 costs. Think about what else we could trash on top of that. Thinking about whether to trash the Pudding, but we might need it. And I think he's got like 7 cards in hand right now. I was going to trash the 10-cost Buggy, which I feel like is a luxury we might not need in this matchup because of how aggressive it is going to be. Keep the counter in hand. And the idea is next turn we Croc and Mihawk. We have a Galdino, I think. We can Galdino. We can Croc and Mihawk as well into something. We Croc and Mihawk into Alvida again. But I would like to get some pieces. I would like to get a Buggy and Mihawk out there too. He's going to tap 2 for a Veggie, but I tell him because that he could tap 5 for the Cavendish. So he does tap 5 for the Cavendish. He taps 5. He's able to restand 2. Now he can tap 1 for the Veggie, which he does. That allows him to take the top or bottom life. So he takes the top. Now he can stack I think it's a 5-cost Supernova on top. Face up, so he stacks a Bonnie, and then now he's going to put 1 on leader, which is able to now use leader effect because he has more than 5 on the board, 5 costs on the board. He's able to return that Veggie. He plays the Bonnie and stuns a Dawn, and then swings 6 life. So very strong play for him. He was able to establish 2 5-cost bodies and freeze 1 of our Dawn. I don't untap the Galdino, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference. I'm going to swing 5 life. The only thing that freezing that Dawn takes away us Galdino searching this turn. So now we're going to leader effect. We do have a Mihawk in hand, so we don't have the 4-cost Buggy, but if we can draw it off of the draw 2, trash 1, we'll be in business. So we'll play the draw 2, trash 1. We don't draw it, so thinking about what to play, we're probably just going to play down the Alvida. We'll have to pitch the Galdino and play down this Alvida. So draw 3, trash 2, going to trash the promo Buggy for sure, and then going to think about what to trash. We can trash a 2K. We have a lot of options in hand. We're going to trash a 2K. At this point, I'm going to keep the 10 cost. Maybe it's because it's new artwork and I really like looking at it. Maybe it's just because we're getting to the point where we could potentially 10 cost. So yeah, he goes to his, I want to say 7 Dawn turn. He's down to 2 life. The worst play, in my opinion, that he can, like, the worst for us is that he plays the 7 cost Law down, because I want him to take a life in doing his leader ability. He's already got, like, this game's in danger a little bit because he's got these 2 strong 5, like, he's got 2 5 costs. We also have some, like, a strong board as well, but one can restand some Dawn. So I'm just, like, if he does that, I want him, if he's going to use his leader effect, to have to take a life. So he goes down to 1 life. But 7 cost Law would allow him to not do that. He's going to tap 2 for a Buggy blocker. Now that prevents all removal from happening. He's going to swing 6 now with the Cavendish to restand the 2. I'm going to give him a 2K. And then, but yeah, that Buggy is probably the worst card against us, because it allows, if we were to remove a Supernova, that Supernova would then be stacked on top of his life. So if we go to 10 cost Buggy something away, we essentially heal him. And if we do it with a 5 cost, it gets pretty messy, where, like, he could just use leader effect for free again next turn. But he does tap 7 for the Law. He shows us a Law blocker. And then he puts 1 Dawn on leader, and he's going to return and play down the 5 cost Law. He's not going to use the secondary effect of picking something up and playing something down. Now he's going to swing 7 life. I think, wait a minute, wasn't he at 7 Dawn? I think maybe it was, yeah, I think he has an extra Dawn. So now we go to our 8 Dawn turn. And we're going to swing 5 life. So at this point, like, I'm looking at his board, it's pretty scary. He has 2 blockers, and we have 4 swings, and he's at 2 life. So we can't really push for game. But what we can, like, we can set up some blockers of our own, but he's just gonna, like, he could Hody them next turn and win the game. We do have a Houndblaze. It's a 1-of card I've teched in. I think it's a strong card in this situation, because now we can get rid of that Buggy blocker. So I'm going to tap 2 for the Houndblaze. That allows me to bottom deck that Buggy, but I'm going to be able to buff a character by 3,000 power. So I'm going to buff Alvida. So now my Alvida is going to be an 8K swing. Oh, I swing 5 life and he took, by the way. So at that point, I was like, let me start testing the waters. I'm going to swing 8 life. Maybe the swing should go into Cavendish. But yeah, I just want to see. So he takes, and again, I'm thinking, like, this is interesting. He has the blocker. I could Buggy that blocker away, but that Buggy wouldn't stick. I have 6 Dawn to play with. I'm just thinking about the best way to do this. I think what I want to do is I want to put 1 Dawn on the Crockett Mihawk and swing 8. The reason I do this is that it keeps me with 5 Dawn, and I could still pivot and do something else, depending on what he does. If he gives me the Law blocker, I'm going to put all of it on Alvida and swing. I could still do that and swing 10 for game. But that's kind of the thought process. I'm just gonna, like, press him a little bit. Maybe this swing should go into Cavendish realistically, but I'm gonna keep the 5 Dawn standing so I could still Mihawk, or, like, I could still leader effect. I'm gonna swing 8 to life. He's going, now here's where he makes a mistake. He's going to block and give me counter. He's going to give me 2K, 1K. So now his hand size is like 4, and he doesn't have a blocker. And I could just put all 10 on Alvida. And I think with this, like, we have a good chance of that attack going through. Like, he would need all of his hand to be, like, pretty much 2Ks, I think. and we're able to get it. So again, played my friend, relatively new to the game. He did make, like I said, a slight mistake there at the end, but we did, after this, we mapped everything else out of what he could have done or how he should have countered out. And I think we're going to be able to go on and get the dub anyways, mainly because he didn't have a Hody. Because, like, let's say he blocks or just counters out of that one swing, then I'm going to play, and I'm probably going to play the Mihawk down, and at that point, if I play the Mihawk down, the only way he can really win is with a Hody swing, and he didn't have the Hody because I would have 3 life. I had a ton of counter in hand, and I'd have a standing block. I think I have 2 standing blocks. No, just 1 standing blocker. So yeah, we kind of mapped it out after that, and still was going to go on to win. But yeah, this was an interesting matchup. I think, like I said, the one of Houndblaze is a funny tech card. I know a lot of people run it at like 2 or 3. I actually kind of really like it. It came up today pretty clutch. Now, granted, I had to see it at the perfect time, but this deck does have a lot of draw power, so you do see cards we need to see them. So yeah, I mean, this was an application of how Houndblaze can be just super awesome. Like, that felt really good to play that Houndblaze in that matchup. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Let me know anything I could have done differently. Really appreciate you guys, and see you next time.